Nyla, and this is KIPP Student News.
Welcome to KIPP Student News. Now here's some infuriating and sad news. Young Christian Choate was murdered without anyone knowing. His father, Riley Choate, and his wife, Kimberly Kubina, had taken custody of him and his sister in 2005. After attempting to go home to his mother, Christian was put in a metal dog cage that was chained with 7 locks. He was new with only a diaper so he wouldn't soil himself. His sister was ordered to take care of the poor boy, to feed him, unlock the cage and take him to the restroom, and force him to do exercises, and punish him when he failed to follow orders. The children were told if they told anyone about Christian, they would receive the same punishment. The boy died at the age 12 and was buried by his father and stepmother. This is a tragic story.
Thank you, Donovan. Hundreds of people have been going to the doctors with what they call a new parasite, but what doctors have discovered is completely different. They have found what is called delusional parasites, which mean the symptoms are in their heads. They complain of having rashes where the bugs burrowed into their skin, but the blemishes were actually from them picking and scratching in that area. They also go to the doctors with so-called evidence of the bugs. What they brought was only skin flakes, scabs, and fabrics. Their alleged infestation is only in their imagination. Back to Riley in the studio.
Thank you, Ariana. Smokers in New York City will not be able to smoke without paying a price. Starting today, there is an outdoor citywide smoking ban. In other words, there will be no more smoking in public. In February, Mayor Michael Bloomberg signed a law that states smoking is illegal in New York City parks and public benches will be prohibited in pedestrian plazas like Times Square. The ban is designed to help limit secondhand smoke and reduce litter. Secondhand smoke is not a joke. Secondhand smoke causes about 50,000 deaths per year. Some of us may know someone who smokes and encourage them to quit by telling them that every time they smoke a cigarette, they are killing themselves and maybe the people around them each time. Now here's an article with the question of the week.
This week's question of the week is, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
If I could go anywhere in the world, I want to go to Africa because that's where my name is from and I want to see what it's like there. So yeah.
I would like to go to Africa to see my roots.
If I could go anywhere in the world, I would go to Hawaii.
So if I could go anywhere in the world, I would go to Panama because that's where my dad's side of the family from, or I would go to the Bahamas because it's very pretty over there.
Okay, if I go anywhere in the world, I would go to Atlanta because it's a party city.
I would probably go to Hawaii because I went there once and it was kick butt and I'd like to go again.
Look at the weather. Northeast can expect to see some clouds overall. The northern part of the south can also expect to see some clouds, but the south overall will see rain coming. Most of the Midwest will see some clouds and sun. The mountains also will just see some clouds. The Pacific coast can expect to see some sun and clouds in the south, while the northern part will see some showers. Alright, time to take a look at the SoCal 5-day forecast. Here at school, we can expect to see sunny days ranging from late 60s to late 70s. San Diego, same conditions. El Monte with mostly some clouds, but we'll see the sun, ranging temperatures from mid-70s to early 80s. Alhambra, going to see some sun, ranging temperatures from mid-70s to early 80s. Now for a special report for KAO's 2016 EOY Spring Field Lesson from Los Angeles, California to Washington, D.C. Looking overall, mixed weather is coming, mostly sun and clouds. Temperatures ranging from mid-80s back to early 80s, and DC can expect to have low chances of precipitation. That's the check of the weather, and now back to the studio.
Thank you, Chris. On Tuesday, the family of the San Francisco Giants fan who suffered from brain damage after being beaten at the Dodger Stadium sued the team and the owner, Frank McCourt. The lawsuit filed on the behalf of Brian Stoll and his 2 children to contend is that the team should have provided more security because he was assaulted in the parking lot after the high-profile opening day game. Still, he remains in critical condition at San Francisco General Hospital. Even before the attack, Stoll and his friends were harassed during the March 31st game by some other Dodgers fans. They were repeatedly taunting them and throwing peanuts, hot dogs, and wrappers. Clearly, this was a sign of intimidation.
I'm sure everyone has been to a birthday party with the traditional cake, ice cream, and goodie bags. Well, have you ever thought that if you host a party like this, it's a possibility that a lot of people may be in the hospital? And how is this possible, you ask? Well, it's simple. Allergies. Studies show that 4% of people have allergies that may be affected in common ingredients found in cake. For example, eggs, which can cause many things to go wrong with the person. Their breathing may be affected, their skin, and they may even experience nausea. This may sound like a turn down for your next birthday, although there are many ways to prevent this, like making dishes that accommodate to their allergies, or offering them a different option, or even alerting the parent of the child the food that is going to be offered. The point is, you don't want to be one kid who gets their party ruined by a cake. And here's Ryan with the fun fact.
Thanks. If you fart consecutively for 6 years and 9 months, it is as powerful as an atomic bomb. Talk about stink bomb.
Thank you for joining us today on KIPP News.
We're taking the news of the world and bringing it to your classroom.
See you next week. Have fun in DC. What?
Animal that had been presumed extinct that recently... That's not what it says.
Into a birthday party with the kids.
Now I was living this way.
But when they got there, they found out the doors were locked and...
See that window back there? I created it. That's right, the big boy on the block. So sorry about not making anything big and all, but at least I created something. Anyway, spoiler alert, I think I will die of old age or die of a plague. By the way, the reason why the Mona Lisa is smiling like that is because I farted. So for the rest of my life I shall do the robot dance. Goodbye.